Greetings, IB artists. This is Miss A, and this is just a quick video to say that quite a lot of you have contacted me, usually via email, regarding your work. Usually it's someone who's really desperate. They're on the brink of submitting something like an extended essay or one of the components. They kind of write to me asking me for my help. I know that I have disappointed quite a few of you because I haven't been as helpful as you would like me to be. And the reason for that is that it is really difficult and quite awkward for me to kind of, first of all, be saying anything just before you kind of submit something. It would be really unfair for me to kind of go, well, you have to change this, and your deadline is tomorrow or even in a week's time. The relationship that you have with your teacher is really a process that happens over 2 years. They know you, they know your work habits, they know how much commitment you've made to your work, etc., etc. So they're in a much better position to kind of, help you out. Also, the time factor, it's just really unrealistic to expect any kind of comment from me to be helpful in that situation. So the reason why I'm filming this is because I want to apologize that, that I'm not in a position to really be able to help you in this way. To kind of just, have a quick look at your work and then say, well, you can fix it or get a great mark by doing this. It's really not that simple. It would be unfair of me to do. And also, I have no intention of coming between you and your teacher. If you follow their guidance, that's a much better way to succeed. The help that I'm giving online is help that is very generic. It is a very kind of general explanation of how things work on the course, explaining things like criteria, sharing advice, and any kind of relevant information that I think is important to you. But it's like I said, it's very difficult for me to kind of get in there and specifically try and either assess your work or give you a miraculous solution to the situation that you're in. I appreciate that people get into these situations all the time, but you have to also appreciate that I can't really be as helpful as you would like me to be, and even as helpful as I would ideally like to be. So that's really important for you to understand. It would be different if I was working with you over a period of time. I have posted a few things about possibly helping students out with their extended essay. But it can't be last minute, obviously. And it won't do for me to kind of be making things difficult by giving you advice that in any way contradicts that of your teachers. Some of you have also written to me to say that you're not getting on with your teacher, or your teacher doesn't know what they're doing, etc. Unfortunately, I do know that this happens. There are teachers who really have no idea about what they're doing. I've met quite a few of them. This is not their fault. But it doesn't, it's not your fault either. It's a very difficult situation for the students. I really totally appreciate that. As much as it really pains me to see or come across these situations, there isn't much I can do about it. The only thing that I can do is to try and at least try to explain the basics of what the course entails, to explain what the expectations are, and also the standard of those expectations. And hopefully, if you are in a situation where either your teacher is someone you don't get on with, or your teacher is someone who has not been specifically trained to teach art or has not been specifically trained to teach IB art, I'm hoping to share enough information so that you can be somewhat independent. Having said this, no student doing IB art should be doing this on their own. So if you are in that situation, I would advise that you contact a different school or someone who can physically be there for you. Okay? With extended essays, like I said before, it's a little bit different. But in terms of, doing the IB art course on your own, I think it's very unfair and unrealistic to a certain extent. I also want to point out that, school in many ways is preparation for life. Even some of the students that I am now very, very close to, I did not necessarily have a very good relationship with from the beginning. There were students that found me perhaps challenging or annoying or whatever it was, and that happens. Luckily, I would say that most of the IB students that I worked with, we've managed to find at least some kind of compromise where we could work together. I know of at least one person who, seriously wanted me to get, to lose my job. And I'm sharing this with you because, stuff like that happens. You can come across someone that you really just don't get on with. And it's part of kind of growing up. You have to make a decision about where your priorities are and about, what you want to compromise on, and also how to manage the situation. I know it's not what you want to hear. I really do appreciate that, but sometimes that is the only way you can, you can manage, you can survive. So I really apologize. It's a sincere apology to all whom I've already disappointed. I mean, I haven't got that many views, but I'm not always in a position to help. So thank you to those who have written in asking me, difficult questions or sharing the difficult and, things about their situation. And I really sincerely wish you all the very best. I hope that you will continue to watch my videos because, I do try to share relevant information. Thank you so much for watching. This is Miss A. All the best.